Hello pilots, welcome to my channel once again. Today we're gonna conformal coding the whole drone. We're gonna make waterproof, especially we're interested about O4 air unit. There is not, at the moment there is no tutorials on YouTube. Of course, about the drones you can find out so many tutorials about how to conformal code your drone. In my case, my O4 unit is already installed because I do try how it perform. So I have to take it out. I was check it if it's fully work, but it's fully work, it's fine. So at the moment, I'm go ahead to take it out, and yeah, we're gonna start conformal. But first of all, I'm gonna show you guys what I gonna use it for this job. First of all is MG Chemicals Silicon One 422C, as you can see. This is very good stuff. I'm conformal my whole drones since I'm in the hobby, so I highly recommended this stuff. Small brush, of course, nothing special, and hot glue gun. Yeah, that's where we're gonna need it, and of course some screwdrivers. Highly recommended. Who not subscribed yet my channel, just please click the like button and subscribe. It's nothing cost to you, and for me helps a lot. So yeah, just go ahead and take closer to it.
Bear with me, don't get worried for the both of us. Put you in the driver's seat, don't gotta hurry and I need love.
As you can see, guys, here we go. We have opened up our O4 air unit, and as you can see, there is some plugins like here, the connectors, so we don't have to unplug it. We have to keep it as it is. Just plug it in, and we're gonna spread it up our conformal around here everywhere. Even 2 layers will be fine, but we're gonna see how it's gonna look after first layer. And yeah, here we go. As I am saying, we're gonna dip it our little brush in MG chemical stuff, layer by layer, and then we just gonna spread nicely everywhere. Antenna connectors, camera connector, literally everything what we see inside there, you have to nice coat. The full space, full room have to shiny. So yeah, then we go with the second, with the other side, just like so. Gonna grab it again, some stuff, and just spread it up. You see how it's shiny? Everything is shiny. It's hard to show you because of that connector, but yeah, this side will be easier. Yeah, it's shiny everywhere. So at the minute I'm gonna keep to dry out, and I'm gonna put, just in case, one more layer in. And guys, just make sure you have in your room just nice air circulation, because this thing is really strong. It smells as a hell, so just be careful of that. Don't smell this a lot, because you can probably get headache after hard smelling. So be careful with that stuff. It's very good, it works perfect, but don't smell it a lot, because I not promise you you don't gonna get headache after that. So just be aware of that. So yeah guys, this thing is really dry out very quick. That is the best, but the best thing of that stuff, because it's after the maybe 5 minutes, or even, to be sure, 10 minutes maximum, you have dry out your first layer. So let me do the second layer, and once again, just make sure with the second layer you need to be even more sure to get spread nice everywhere, because this is the last layer. In my case, of course, you can, in your case, you can put some extra, even 3 layers, but I believe that 2 layers is good enough. So yeah, just nice. Don't be shy, just put this stuff. Yeah, I believe that looks pretty good. Just as you can see, it's nice and coated. So let's keep it once again to dry out, and then we're gonna close it, and I'm gonna show you my my technique, my idea, what we're gonna do with sides. Yeah, so yeah, give me a couple of minutes and I'm gonna back to you. Of course, I recommend it, before you're gonna make your conformal of 04 air unit, just make sure you bind it with your goggles, and you activate it, of course, your air unit, and yeah, make sure it works, and then do your conformal code, just as you can see in my case. I've been flying on it, I have bind it with my goggles, everything is updated, is activated, and now I can work on it. So highly recommended to do, first of all, these steps what I'm saying. So yeah guys, when our 04 air unit is dry out, now we can close it up like so, screw them back, and now we can go forward for the next step. So yeah, just make sure your screws are tied well. I can feel it, they are going a little bit harder because I do put my conformal even in the screw holes, but this is not a problem, they're going through easily. So yeah, there we go. As I'm saying before, we need using the hot glue gun, and here is why. As you can see, I put already my SD card in to make sure I don't gonna fill up with our conformal coding. Also, as you can see, in my case, I've already filled up my bind button. But this is not a really problem. If you push harder, you're gonna bind it anyway. Here we've got our USB-C connector, yeah? So at the moment, we're gonna grab our hot glue and we're gonna close it by hot glue our USB-C connector. As you can see, we're gonna wait it to dry out, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna take out easily. So let me second, it's gonna be dry out, and in your case, to don't make my mistake, as you can see, I filled up my bind button. But in your case, you can go ahead as well, and you can first of all put your hot glue on your SD, on your slot of SD card, and also on your bind button, just like that. And then just make sure it's gonna dry out, and I'm gonna show you the next step. Just have a look. Our USB-C is already dry out, our hot glue, and now we can easily just pull it out, and you have nice and clean your USB-C port. So as I'm saying before, we're gonna fill up once more. We're gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna show you the next step. So in the next step, we have to connect it our plugs from VTX to our FC. Just make sure it's plugged correctly, and then we can start coating around on the corners everywhere. I not plan to coat it on the top, because on the bottom, sorry, because on the bottom we just have 4 holes. They are not going nowhere, there is just the holes for the screws. So we're just gonna keep it as it is, but top one we're gonna coat it everywhere, just to make sure the water is not going through to the screw holes. We have to coat it the connectors and these corners around here. So yeah, let's do it, guys. First of all, we're gonna coat it our VTX connector, VTX to FC. Yeah, as you can see, just going through here. Yeah. Nice, one layer. And then our holes for the screws, the corners around. Again, corners. Yeah, we give them dry, and in the meantime we can coat it as well, just a little bit, our antenna. In my case, as you can see, I'm using O3 antenna because this is a very tiny drone, 2.5 inch. I don't plan fly this very far, and I tested it. O3 antenna for me is good enough. So yeah, I just make it shorter, as you can see, but in my case I just gonna coat it here just a little bit to make sure it's not going water inside there. Yeah, just a little bit. Let's make sure it's going to the hole. And yeah, we let him dry. And we're gonna coat it once again, the air unit on the corners. Alright guys, the first layer just dry up, and yeah, we can going forward and spread some stuff once again around our air unit, just like so. Don't be shy again, just make sure the holes are coated, just like so, and everywhere around. Yeah, just here. It's nice and coated. We can add some extra on our antennas, on our cables. And yeah, here we go. We have our USB port. Our SD card slot. But we can add just here. We're gonna close our holes. Just like that. And again here. Antennas, make sure they are nice and coated. As I'm saying, we don't have to coat it our holes, but of course we can do that bigger ones on the holes, because in my case I'm using that small ones. But in your case, if you're using the very last one, the corner ones, you don't have to. Alright, we can let him dry, and after that, when it's dry up, we're gonna have a look if we done our job correctly, or we have to close some holes once again. But at the moment, we're going for our camera. In my case, I don't plan go with the deep diving with this drone straight to the water. So I don't gonna open up our camera. But if in your case you plan put your drone straight to the river or somewhere to the lake and start up and check it out if it's fully works, then yeah, just make sure you're gonna open your camera and you're gonna spread the stuff as well inside. But in my case, I just planning to do some waterfalls dive, just getting closer to the waterfalls. Maybe I wish to try make shot with the waterfall and cut the water, so going through the water. But this is like for the seconds, just a seconds in the water. So I don't gonna keep my drone for a long time in the water. So in my case, I just make sure this cable antenna connector, the cable camera connector, is nice and coated, and also the corners, just here where is stick that two pieces. When you open up your camera, just here on that small gap, I just make sure to be sure they're not going water inside there. Just a tiny bit at the moment to make quick dry out. And trust me guys, if you not plan with your drone to make deep diving, you will be fine for 100% with it. If you want to make sure properly for 200%, you can grab some coat wherever you use it. In my case it's MG Chemicals. Just grab it again and you can coat it your camera wire, just a little bit, to make sure the water is not going through to the camera. And yeah, just we're gonna make sure it's dry up, and we're gonna check it once again, our job. Alright guys, as you can see, our VTX is nice and coated. Even the holes, you can't see there is any gapes. It's nice and coated. we keep the 4 holes easily. Our antenna, all holes are closed. So if you want to make sure, you can make once more your layer. Our camera around is nice and coated. And yeah, this for waterfall chasing or even a tiny rain, you're safe, guys. I make sure my camera, I put some electrical tape and I coat it as well, so the water to the camera is not going through. And yeah, there it is, nice and waterproof 04 air unit. In my case, I don't gonna put this in the water and check it if it's fully worked or not. I have only one unit. As I'm saying before, I not plan to make deep diving with it. So for waterfall chasing and for small tiny rains or even the rainy clouds, for 100% you guys are good to go. Just make sure you can put even some extra stuff on the corners just to be sure. And yeah, it's nice and coated anyway, so I'm gonna keep it as it is, and I'm gonna make closer my drone. I don't gonna create a video of fully coated of my drone. There is a lot of nice videos out there in the YouTube, so just go and check it out, the proper coated of your drone. I just gonna make some couple of scenes and I'm gonna show you my final Quad Mula DJ25 ready to waterfall chase. So yeah guys, if you conformal coding your drone, just make sure you take off your props, yeah, to be easier. Don't take a look as I'm doing, because I'm lazy. I keep my props on, but to be easier for you, just take out your props and you're gonna get much better maneuvering space. Just make sure your connector with your FC and ESC are connected very well. here we go. In my opinion, as you can see, the one layer is absolutely enough. This is everywhere nice and shine. The top of ESC and the bottom of FC. As you can see, nice and shiny. We don't need to put any more on it. Of course, you can go through with second layer, but in my case, I'm gonna keep it as it is. You can see ESC at the bottom is shiny as well. We can check it out properly if there is any places which need to put something extra, but I think in my case it's absolutely enough. So we're going through, we're gonna mount our FC on top, and we go ahead with FC on top. We're just gonna wait until the FC just dry out, and we're gonna have a look, but I believe there is one layer on the FC on top is really enough. We can check once more the connectors of the wires, and that's it, guys. You can go and enjoy your waterfall chasing or wherever, flying in the clouds, in the fog, or even in small rain, and just enjoy it. Here it is, ready and waterproofed Quadmula DJI 25. As you can see, I do upgrade it for GPS. It's quite big, but that's only what I've got on hand. Reason is why I prepared the GPS unit, because I plan my next trip. I plan to go to Switzerland, and if you wanna see my footage, I highly recommend it to join to my followers on Instagram. There will be kind of different stuff. As you can see, I mount my GoPro naked Hero 12 mount. If you want to check it out, the footage from Switzerland, and compare between the 04 Air unit and GoPro Hero 12, just click the like button and subscribe, and highly recommend it to come to my Instagram. So yeah, enjoy your waterproofing drones, and see you on the next video. Cheers, take care.